guys, so today I'm here with my sister Toni and we're going to be doing a post boob job Q&A video because my experience was very different this time around. I know a lot of people did want a boob job update, so I figured why not. So we both had our surgery done on May 24th.
Well, it'll be a month on the 24th, so it's almost a month.
Yeah, it's almost a month, so almost 4 weeks. And this was my second boob job. I know a lot of people were confused about why I got a boob job a second time around. I kind of talked about that in my first boob job video, like my post-op video 1, I think. The reason why I got a second boob job was just because mine, I don't want to say like weren't big enough, because I don't think that's a good reason, but really for the look I wanted, I just could not achieve that with my first breast augmentation. When I went for my first boob job consultation, I wanted natural. I still want natural, but I wanted natural. I was not open to high profile at the time, which really kind of shot me in the foot or something. So yeah, that's why I wanted a second boob job. I just wanted to be a little bit bigger. I liked the way my boobs looked more when they were pushed up. Like before I would go in the shower, I'd like push my boobs up and I liked that look more. I just wanted a different look. My first ones, you know, they were a good size. I was a full C, and I got exactly what I wanted from my first surgery. So when people were like, are you mad that you have to get a second one? No, because I got exactly what I wanted the first time around, but I just wanted something different now. So that's why I got the second boob job. I know some people are like, oh my god, she's obsessed with plastic surgery. Honestly, no, I'm not. I'm not going to get anything else done. Most of my tops are up to here. I don't really show them off all the time. But it's my money, it's my body, and it's my decision.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about... Oh, and I also just want to say that comments talking badly about plastic surgery and everything, you'll just get blocked and deleted. You knew what you were getting into when you clicked this video. It obviously says boob job, so you obviously know it's going to be plastic surgery related. You knew what you're getting into, so if you don't want to watch a video about plastic surgery, whether you don't agree with it or anything, you'll just be blocked from both of our channels.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk a little bit about your why you wanted surgery?
Okay, well, I wanted surgery. I knew I wanted to get a breast augmentation since I want to say I was 13 years old, like really young.
Yeah.
And not because I wanted to like impress people or get more attention. It was really just for me. Like, and unless you have small boobs and you are like kind of insecure about it, you really don't know what it feels like.
And when you say insecure, was it a crippling insecurity
Okay, no,
where you couldn't function?
I mean, it's not that I couldn't, like, obviously I could function without them and they're not a necessity, but it's something that would make me happier. It did make me happier, and even our plastic surgeon said like there's a few surgeries that really change people's lives, and this is one of them. Like, it gives you that confidence. Like, you honestly do feel like more of a woman. And I mean, there's obviously girls who like having smaller boobs and don't mind it, but like I didn't go too big. Like, it's not like I wanted these huge boobs.
Knockers. Yeah.
It's just something that like it makes your clothes fit better. It
really does make a difference.
It makes a huge difference.
And if you have small boobs and you like having small boobs, by all means. Like, we're not saying everyone with small boobs needs to get a breast augmentation. What size were you prior to your boob job?
Okay, so before my boob job, I want to say like a 34A, but I was more like a 34 double A.
Yeah.
It was like, I didn't fill out an A.
Yeah.
I always wore like push-up bras, but I never felt that.
Yeah, I'd say you had a little bit more than me.
Yeah, I had a little bit more.
Like, yours was actually formed into a boob. Like, it looked like you had a boob. Like, there was a little, you know, like that little...
It looked like a mini boob, like a really small, normal boob.
Yeah, so we were both pretty flat-chested. Let's talk about our plastic surgeon. So I had both my surgeries done with Dr. Hanny Sino. She had hers done by Dr. Sino as well. And I cannot imagine a better plastic surgeon. I feel like I've gotten comments from people saying that they're even going to come into Montreal for their surgery. I had a friend who also came from, you know, 2 or 3 hours away to get her boobs done. The care, the compassion, everything is just, you know, uncomparable. Yeah. We both paid for I paid for both of my surgeries. She paid for her surgeries. We didn't get anything, like, I didn't get like a free surgery. Like, I know that was I got a lot of questions about that. I don't even think it's illegal for surgeons to give surgeries away for like publicity. I just honestly feel like if you are going to be doing a surgery, you should go to someone like Dr. Sino, who is so caring, so compassionate, so kind.
You just feel so comfortable.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't like nervous about the surgery anyways, but he really makes it feel like you feel so comfortable, and he feels like if you can ask like 1,000 questions, and he will like spend so much time just answering them like so fully and completely that you feel so comfortable.
I know that, well, you came to my first consultation with a very well-known Montreal plastic surgery. My mom's had only 2 surgeries. She's had her boobs done and her tummy tuck, which I guess a lot of people call like the mommy makeover now.
Really?
Yeah, they have like packages called like mommy makeover.
With a boob and
and then like a tummy tuck or a boob lift and whatever. So she went to a doctor in Montreal, and I had my consultation with him, and honestly, it felt so rushed, so uncomfortable for me. Like, it was like we went into the room, he like measured me, put me in a simulation thing, and then that was done. Like,
he didn't even do it, the nurse did.
Yeah, the nurse did. It was just, and I paid like $150 for this consultation. It was just honestly such a bad experience. I regret spending that money. And at first I was like, oh, he did my mom, so I want to do it with him. But then afterwards, my mom was like, that, you know, even though my mom had her 2 surgeries done with him, she was like, I think you should look for other doctors. And then I just found Dr. Sino by looking up like Montreal breast augmentation or Montreal plastic surgery, and he was like rated number 1 or 2 on like the WebMD, and like I read the reviews, and then it just seemed to like really fall into place for my first surgery. I called the receptionist, Nasreen, who is the sweetest. I know she watches these videos, so hi, we both love you. There was an appointment really soon after, and then I was able to get the surgery in April like I wanted, so it just all fell into place, and I just felt like it was meant to be. So if you are looking for a good plastic surgeon, read the reviews, and number 1 thing is don't go for the cheapest option. When it comes to your body, when it comes to plastic surgeries, that's not the time to skimp at all, I don't think. I would not skimp on whether you're getting lip injections or breast augmentation or anything, a nose job. Don't go for a cheap option. I found Dr. Sino. I didn't have a referral. I never had a friend who went to him, but I just found him and then went to a consultation and then booked my surgery, and now I recommend him to everyone, and I know a lot of you guys have actually gone to see him as well. I have a few friends that have gone to see him, and they all love him. So what was different this time around compared to my first surgery is that he actually has a private clinic now, so I didn't get my surgery done in a hospital. And at the time when I was getting my first surgery done, Dr. Sino didn't have a private clinic, and getting it done at a private clinic would cost like a few thousand more. So I was like, Joan Rivers died in a private clinic, let me just go to a hospital. I had a really bad experience at the hospital. It was none of Dr. Sino's fault at all. It was truly the hospital. I just felt so much more comfortable, and the nurses were really nice. Especially one of the nurses.
So comfortable.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the surgery experience. So we had our surgery done May 24th. They squeezed us in actually the day after Dr. Sino got back from vacation. The only downfall to that was that our surgery would be at nighttime. Now, my first surgery, I had my surgery done at like 7 a.m.
You know, I didn't really mind it because we got home around like 9:30, 10, and I just went to bed.
Yeah, no, that part wasn't bad, but it was the whole fasting.
Well, I mean, it wasn't that bad.
So our surgery, we had to be there at 4:30 for you.
Yeah.
And we had to stop eating. You had to stop eating at what, 10:30?
10:30.
And I had to stop at 11:30 or something along those lines.
It wasn't that bad.
It wasn't bad not eating, but not being able to drink water was the bad part. Because it was really hot. I was really thirsty. I'm gonna admit I had a few sips of water, but I just needed it. I needed water.
I didn't drink any water.
You were being really safe, but. So we got to the clinic, Toni went in for her pre-op and everything. Oh, do you want to talk a little bit about your experience going into the operating room?
Okay, well, I was in the, what is the room called where you
like the recovery room.
I was in the recovery room, and everyone introduced themselves, like the anesthesiologist, who was like, their anesthesiologist is like the main anesthesiologist for all of like neurosurgery or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He was really nice.
He was really nice. And so then when it was time for me to go into surgery, he had drew the permanent marker.
Dr. Sino did.
Dr. Sino did, and then I walked into the OR, which I found was so cool.
Yeah, so we're both Grey's Anatomy's fan.
And so then I lied down on the table, and they like put your arms in like the bed thing. And then he it happened really fast. And then when it was like time to put me under, he was like, I thought it was like so sweet. He like sat next to me, and he was like, "It's okay." And I was like, "Well, I'm not nervous, but thank you." It was really sweet. And then I just like passed out and woke up. I remember when I woke up, I was in a lot of pain, and I was also nauseous. So I remember I think it took a long time for me to wake up.
Well, I was awake. I wasn't in, because there's only one OR, so I was like just getting pre-op done for my surgery, because we had our surgeries like one after another. So I was there when she got wheeled out, and you were like really groggy, and you're like, I want to go on my side, and she was like,
I remember that, but I thought that because when I'm uncomfortable, I like sleeping on my side.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I remember that. I wasn't sure if I said, I knew I couldn't. I don't know why I said that. So then when I woke up, I was in a lot of like, it was like kind of like a burning pain.
It was like pressure. Didn't you feel pressure?
It was just pain. Like it was, I don't know. I was expecting like the pain went away, but it was just like, it wasn't like deadly pain where I was screaming. It was just like uncomfortable, and I was nauseous. But they gave you pills, and then I remember, like right away, they after like maybe half an hour, they're like, you have to go pee. And then they're like, okay, so we're going to get you dressed and you'll go. And I was like, can I lie down? Like, because I had to wait for her for like an hour. I had to wait for her to go. I remember seeing her go into surgery, and then she was like rolling out. I guess I fell asleep or something.
Rolling out.
She was rolling out,
like
talking.
Die.
But she was talking when she came out. And
I was feeling no pain at all.
Yeah, and I was like... And I remember just being like, can she shut up, please? Like, she talks so much. And then I remember her being, like, reaching over, like there was a curtain separating us. And she was like, I want to see my sister.
Yeah.
And she was so cute. And then they're like...
Did they open the curtain?
Eventually they did. But they were like, Allie, you need to, like, not move so much. And that...
Yeah. Because I came out of surgery, so keep in mind, this is my second surgery. I previously had 300 cc's of a moderate profile of silicone. All our stats and everything will be down below, but I previously had 300 cc's of a moderate profile. So I was already pretty stretched, because from my first surgery, if you watch my first vlog, you'll see I kind of had boobs more like Toni does now, where when I first woke up, I had a really tight, did you have that tight space between you? Like tight, it was like they were separated, and it was
really
tight.
Yeah.
And it was like higher. And I had that in my first surgery. And keep in mind, I only had 300 of a moderate. She had 345 of a high.
Yeah.
So, and she's smaller than me, just like our frames are smaller. So I understood why she was in more pain. But with my body, I went from 300 cc's to 450 cc's of a high profile. And my pockets were already really stretched. So I didn't have to stretch. If I would have done 450 cc's, my first time, I probably would have wanted to kill myself, because it would have been really intense. But I think because my skin was already stretched and my pockets had already formed, they just were kind of like bloop, bloop, like doing a quick little change. I think my skin was already really stretched. When I went in for the surgery, I had seen my sister come out. I was really not nervous. I was like, this is just another Tuesday. I was just like ready to go. And so I got in, and I hadn't eaten a lot that day. I hadn't drank a lot that day. And when that happens, I get really, really cold easily. So the OR is obviously very sterile and very cold, and I was shivering a lot. I remembered I sat on the bed, and they put blankets on you and everything, but even with the blankets on, because it's so cold and sterile, I was like really, like, I was like convulsing. I was like, not convulsing like a seizure, but like I was like shivering. And honestly, I just like sat right down. I was ready to go. They put the mask on me, and I went to sleep. And I remember, because the last time that it happened, I remember I wanted to like really realize, like, remember when I fell asleep. So as I put it on, I was like I wasn't thinking, I was just like, remember when you fall asleep, remember when you fall asleep. Obviously you don't remember, because it just kind of knocks you out. And then I remember waking up, and I was talking right away, and I was like, did the surgery happen? Because I was like in no pain. And
did you wake up in the OR?
I don't know.
Because you were talking coming out of it.
I must have, like, I was like, it's done already, like, and then I remember, because I felt no pain, I was feeling like a champ, and I was like reaching over to get the curtain, because there was a curtain. They were like, you need to not move your arms so much. And I was like, I just want to see my sister.
And then I remember, because I was cold too, they put this like thing.
Oh yeah, I woke up, and there was like it looked like a vacuum cleaner, and it was like hot air, and I remember just feeling hot air, and it was so nice and cozy.
No, I remember I was like, I'm cold, so they put this thing in, and then I'm like, I'm dying. Like, I like kicked the covers off.
I was good. So before the surgery, Dr. Sina was like, how do you feel about 385? Because my options were 385, 415, or 450. I was like, honestly, I'm going through another surgery again. I think we should just do 415 or 450. And so he came out, and I thought because he, even wanted to do a 385, that it was going to be like I would get like a 415 or something. And I came out of the OR, and he came to talk to me. He's like, Allie, like, we did 450. I was like, what? what? Like 450? I was like so shocked because I thought he was gonna do like, he wanted to do 385, and he's like, yeah, like in order to see the difference that you wanted, we had to do the 450. I was like, oh my god. He's like, they're gonna look amazing. I was like, how did it go? He's like, good. And he's like, I already told you this before, but I guess you forgot.
Yeah.
I was so excited when he said that I got 450 just because I was like not expecting that. When I got out, I wasn't nauseous. I was expecting to be nauseous because my first surgery, I was really nauseous. I was like, my lips are dry, like my mouth is dry. And so they came and put Vaseline. They gave me Vaseline and I put it on my lips. And then they gave me, I think, like the extra strength Tylenol. And I took that and they gave me a glass of water, which I was like, thank God. Probably like close to an hour later, they're like, okay, like we're gonna see if you can walk to the bathroom. And with my first surgery, I wasn't able to like sit down really by myself or get up by myself. And I, you know, strutted right on to the bathroom and I sat down, I got up, I was like, wow, like this is like easy. And I got up and then they're like, okay, we'll get you dressed. And so I got dressed and then we left, and that's when we filmed that post-op video of me when I was like wrapping. That was after that. This is already a pretty long video for my channel, so we're gonna link part 2 over on my sister Toni's channel where we will be answering a ton more of your questions. So I will leave the link down below, also on the screen, so go on over to Toni's channel if you want to see the rest of the video. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great day or night depending on when you watch this, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.